Want to know what you should be eating throughout your second month of pregnancy? Hi, my name is Melanie McGrice and I'm a perinatal dietitian with a master's degree in nutrition and dietetics. In this video, we're going to look at how your dietary requirements change throughout your second month of pregnancy so that you can have the healthiest pregnancy possible. Stay tuned! Firstly, congratulations! I'm so excited for you. If you were in my office right now, I'd give you a big hug, but I'll just have to do a little happy dance for you instead. Yay! At this stage of pregnancy, your baby is now about the size of a raspberry. Your hormones will start going crazy, and as a result, you're going to experience morning sickness, or all-day sickness if you're like many women. An urgent need to wee, and possibly some food cravings and food aversions. One of the most common side effects of this stage of pregnancy is extreme tiredness. Most women I know already tend to burn the candle at both ends, but during pregnancy, you'll most likely feel more overwhelmed with tiredness than you ever have before. And if this is your second, third, or fourth pregnancy, multiply your tiredness by a factor of 10 for every additional child. Research shows that the average person has 2.5 hours less sleep now than the average person did 20 years ago. Statistics also show that people who have less than 7 hours sleep per night are more likely to be classified in the obese category in the BMI tables. Sleep plays a really important role in not just energy levels, but also in weight management. For example, if you're tired, then you're more likely to take the escalator than the stairs. You're much more likely to jump into your car and drive down the road to the local shops than walk. And you're much more likely to hit the snooze on your alarm, just roll over and get an additional 45 minutes sleep, then get up and go for your early morning swim. Next, think about your willpower when you're tired. It's much more likely that you're going to give in to that cheeky sign advertising soft drinks with that hot, young, energetic couple frolicking down the beach, subliminally suggesting that you will have their boundless energy too if you only drink this magical soft drink when you're tired. Now, tell the truth. Have you ever eaten when you weren't hungry in the hope that the food would give you magical energy? Well, you're not the only one. In addition to having less energy for physical activity and less willpower for saying no, scientifically, we also know that your body produces more ghrelin and less leptin when you haven't had enough sleep. Ghrelin is a hunger hormone, increasing your appetite and causing you to eat more regularly than you need to. Leptin is the hormone that tells you when to stop eating, so when you're tired and producing less leptin, you're more likely to eat larger portion sizes than you really need. Not getting enough sleep is always a recipe for weight gain, but even more so during pregnancy. My advice is to make sleep a priority during your pregnancy, especially at this stage. You will be more tired. You'll probably also be busier than ever. So this is the time to prioritize and say no to a few things and start going to bed an hour or two earlier than usual. Oh, and I also recommend unplugging the television. TV has this miraculous way of getting you to stay awake longer than you wanted to, so switch it off. You're aiming for weight maintenance at this stage, so focus on your normal healthy eating diet with standard portion sizes. I'm often contacted by women at this stage who are worried about not eating enough because they're feeling too nauseous to eat. If this is what you're going through, do your best not to avoid meals altogether. Instead, try to eat outside in the fresh air or next to an open window to decrease the smell of food. Try eating cold meals such as tinned tuna and salad rather than hot meals, and grazing during the day instead of sitting down to 3 big meals. You'll actually feel better having eaten something small than having an empty stomach. Choose bland, low-fat foods like a peeled apple, yogurt, dry crackers, or a slice of toast. Another great trick is to cut a lemon in half and smell that. The freshness can often relieve the feeling of nausea. And if you really can't stomach anything, speak to your GP about medication to combat nausea. At this stage, you may also find yourself experiencing food cravings or aversions. Foods that you previously loved may now taste vile, and you might find yourself fantasizing about some random food, maybe spinach or icy poles, maybe tomato soup. If it's a healthy food, then just listen to your body and go for it. Eating eggplant every day for a week never hurt anyone. But if your temptation is more of a treat food, like ice cream, chocolate or biscuits, then it's more likely that you want that food rather than need it. Allow yourself a serving of it, but just don't go overboard. Continue taking your pregnancy multivitamin, omega-3 supplements if you're not eating enough fish, and additional folate supplements if needed. And of course, any additional supplements that your doctor or dietitian has prescribed. Are you feeling unmotivated to exercise? Tiredness and morning sickness are easy excuses at this stage. One of my favourite motivators for my clients is to remind them, and now you, that exercise is essential to prepare your body for the physical demands of labour. So don't give up. If you're suffering from morning sickness, you might need to adapt your exercise routine to fit around how you're feeling. For example, if your morning sickness reflects its name, change your exercise schedule to undertake less demanding tasks in the morning and shift your workout to the evening, or vice versa. Keep in mind, however, that many of the clients that I see actually prefer to exercise when they're feeling a bit nauseous because the fresh air can really make a very big difference. A hot and stinky, sweaty gym is not always the best place for a queasy tummy. So if you are a gym fan, I encourage you to stick to your usual routine of going to the gym, but instead of going inside, just leave your car there and go for an outdoor walk or jog instead. This will really help you to stay in your regular routine for when you are feeling a little bit less nauseous. Now, as I mentioned, one of the other key excuses for not exercising at this stage is tiredness. Tiredness is not a good enough excuse for not exercising though. If you are tired, take a good hard look at your schedule and cut something else out. Do you really need to go to that meeting? Do you really need to go to that party? Could you just post a gift and a handwritten card instead? You're pregnant. That means that your body and your health and the health of your baby are your first priority. I know that you're feeling tired, but at the moment, you'd still be feeling tired even if you slept all day. But sometimes a walk around the block or a swim in the ocean can be just what you need to make you feel $1 million again. Trust me. Now, to help get you started, I've put together a 7-day pregnancy meal plan. It'll help make everything so much easier for you. Simply choose which breakfast you'd like, which lunch, which dinner, and which snacks. To download it now, all you have to do is click the link below. I look forward to chatting to you again soon. If you really can't stomach how much do I love raspberries? I swear there's not going to be any left by the time I finish this. Then listen to your body and go for it. Whenever I think of raspberries, I always think of my little nephew Will. We give each other 1 million raspberry kisses all the time, and it's my secret special way of getting loads of kisses from him. He's so cute. Of course I have to give you a raspberry.